Hi YouTube und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Video hier auf meinem Kanal. Wir reagieren heute auf Wicked Makers, nämlich die haben sich einen Doktor ins Haus gebaut, oder besser gesagt zur Beschützung ihres Zuhauses. Bin ich sehr gespannt drauf, weil die machen echt crazy Stuff eigentlich, wenn man sich das mal anguckt. Die haben sich Jarnaby gebaut, Ennard, Foxy, bis Cypher. Also es ist crazy, was die sich alles ins Haus gebaut haben. Ich würde dort auf jeden Fall nicht wohnen wollen, weil ich da irgendwie das Gefühl hätte, dass es in der Nacht doch schon so ein bisschen zu Five Nights at Freddy's wird. Und ich will mir nicht vorstellen, wie die Sicherheitsleute im Disney-Park sind. Bei Disney sind, im Disney-Park, bei Disney sind. Ach, keine Ahnung. Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Ja, also die haben sich echt crazy viel Stuff reingebaut. Die haben sich Catnap, Springtrap ist bei denen im Haus verfügbar. Die haben sich einen Scheiß, was sind 8 Feet in Zentimetern? Ich denke mal circa so 7, 8 Meter großen Huggy-Wuggy gebaut. Also es ist crazy, was die sich schon alles ins Haus gebaut haben. Ich würde dazu gern einfach mal reingehen und mir das einfach nur mal angucken, weil es ist crazy, was die sich bauen. Also schaut unbedingt mal bei denen vorbei. Lasst bei denen ein Abo da. Würde mich auch sehr freuen, wenn ihr bei mir ein Abo da lasst, weil, wie ihr seht, wir sind auf dem Weg zu den 500 Abonnenten. Es fehlt nicht mehr ganz so viel. Aber ich würde sagen, wir gehen jetzt mal rein ins Video.
We're building a real animatronic of the Doctor from Poppy
Das ist
Playtime.
crazy, allein wenn du, auch wenn es geblurrt ist, aber es sieht einfach crazy jetzt schon aus. Ja, hier. Also der Doktor ist von Poppy Playtime. 4, 5, ich weiß nicht, bei welchem Teil wir
But we
sind.
want to test if the Doctor can be the ultimate.
Oder hier allein schon Bill Cipher, der sieht einfach nur geisteskrank aus. Sieht wirklich wie in Real Life. Also wie wäre, als würde das so ins Real Life auf einmal so blub machen, auf einmal so ein
Home
sein.
security system. So we're going to give him full control over our house, including cameras, lights, doors. He can even talk to visitors.
Which means if he goes rogue, we could be in some serious trouble.
Ah, there you are. We've been expecting you.
Here's the plan. So the Doctor's mind is trapped inside the systems in the Poppy
ich hab
Playtime
dafür.
factory. Like he controls everything. He lives in the computer. But he can also move around as these giant robots, and that's what we're going to build.
It's gonna be really hard though. He has an actual screen for his head, so it's probably gonna weigh like 20 pounds.
And once he's built, we'll use these to plug him into our home network and turn him into the ultimate security guard.
So how big are we thinking here?
Well, he's got to be like intimidating to keep people away. Something.
Digga, allein, na gut, nicht 8 Meter, vielleicht so 2, 3 Meter groß. Circa, ich meine, das sieht ja ein bisschen gebeugt aus. Ich denke mal, der wird schon an die 2 bis 3 Meter groß sein. Aber das sieht crazy einfach nur
Like
aus.
7 or 8 feet tall, like really, really big.
Now I'm gonna build most of his robot body parts out of this pink foam, but I do have a problem.
Du siehst gut aus und fühlst dich auch.
All the times you see the Doctor, he's covered in this cloak. So it's gonna be really hard for me to make all of these body parts when I can't see what they look like. So I'm gonna reach out to the developer, Mob, and see if they can send us some extra
Digga, allein hier Ennard, Digga. What the fuck, Alter? Das ist einfach nur crazy.
artwork for reference.
Awesome, yeah, and I can still use these pictures to get measurements so I can start working on the frame, which is basically the skeleton. Normally, I would make the Doctor's skeleton out of steel, but I ran out of welding gas, which means I can't weld. So we're gonna try a faster and easier method using PVC. And a nice thing about using PVC is when we wanna do elbows and knees and stuff, we can use these adjustable joints, which is way easier than like cutting precise angles out of steel and then welding it all together. It's time to assemble. Being able to adjust these joints as we put it together is great because I'm not really sure what pose I want them in yet, so I can experiment a bit. Just stay. Eventually we can bolt all these together, but for now, like, that's basically it, right?
It's huge.
It is very big. Huh?
Hey, look at that.
Look.
I think that's a good start.
Little flimsy though.
Maybe we should test it.
Isn't his head just a TV?
Yeah.
You have a TV.
Wait, you want to put that whole thing on top? What does it weigh?
20 pounds.
That's a lot.
And then we got to account for the rest of the body, so it's probably like 30 pounds.
Ay.
What is that?
So I took a box and I put 30 pounds worth of stuff in it, and I say we balance it on top and see what happens.
Okay.
What do
Careful.
you think? Is your creation going to be strong enough?
I don't
Ich
know.
glaub's
I mean,
nicht.
look, it can barely hold my
Hat
finger.
man ja schon
Don't
gesehen,
drop it on
also
my
es wird
toes,
nicht
is it?
halten.
What's even in there?
Sand and ropes. Oh God.
Okay, ready? Let go.
Okay, ready? He was not strong enough.
Ne.
Well, that didn't work.
Okay, some good news. Mob finally emailed us back, and I think they sent us some really good reference. Look at this artwork. So we got the front, we have sides, we have the back, we even have the top and the bottom views. So we can see the little feet, we can see all of like the angles, we can make templates, we can get measurements. This is perfect. Oh, and Mob put us in touch with Baldwin Voices, who is the actual voice actor for the Doctor.
Cool.
And he agreed to record us some custom lines. So make sure to watch to the end of the video to check those out. First thing I'm gonna do is print these out at full size so we can figure out how to make all of it. Now that I look at him, there are so many
Digga, das
parts
ist
and
krass.
pieces we have to make.
Ist locker 1 bis 2, na locker 2
Getting that
Meter,
artwork
1
from Mob
Meter,
was great.
1
I got all
Meter.
my final measurements laid out on this, which is steel. It's way stronger than PVC, and it should be enough to hold up the 30 pounds we need.
Now that I have my templates, I can trace them onto my foam, cut them out, and I will have pieces that are the exact perfect size and shape of the legs that I need. This leg, however, is 4 inches wide, so I need 4 of these for each leg piece. It's a lot of parts.
For the metal frame, luckily I was able to go out and get some new welding gas, so we were back in business. When you're welding angles that are not just straight 90 degrees, it's really hard to hold the pieces in place. So I've got like a trash can holding this leg up. I got this clamped over here. I don't know, man, you just figure it out. Huh? Look at that. Also, come here, look at this. So instead of cutting the exact angle, I just put it where I wanted, and then I added a little extra piece to secure it.
Is it really that tall? And that's not even, there's no neck and head yet.
I added these screws to the end, and this is what the arms are going to attach to a little later.
Krass.
Hey, look at that.
Look.
That's so cool.
Digga, das geht fast über den Kamerarand, Digga, das ist crazy.
Frame number 2. Oh, I gave him some temporary feet so that it would
Okay.
stand up. I cut this, we have him lean over a little bit more.
Where are his arms though?
Oh, he doesn't have arms. We're gonna make the arms later. First though, we have to do the weight test again.
Ah,
I really hope his actual head isn't
Das
this
wird
heavy.
auf
this
jeden
is like the weight of
Das
a
wird aber auf
small
jeden Fall
child.
halten.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's like rock solid.
That's pretty good. Do you think you can hold my weight?
You're... Okay.
Let's see.
You're on it.
I'm on him.
Look. That is so strong. Oh, look at that.
All right.
Ja, das wird doch nicht
Okay, so the
zusammenkrachen, wenn
head,
das so
I
Stahl
want it to be able
baut.
to kind of look back and forth because it's got to scan, it's got to know what's going on. So I built like a test version of a head rotator.
Okay. Hey, is that the jig from Yarnaby?
Yes, it's coming in handy.
Well, I think it needs a name now. It's a reoccurring character.
The jig needs a name?
Yes, like Sir Jigamus.
So since we went through all the testing on Yarnaby and ended up doing pneumatics, I figured I would just try that first. So this is an air cylinder, and the air is gonna go and rotate the big heavy head.
And the head.
Stimmt, das hatten ja, wie die schon gesagt haben, hatten ja auch bei Yarnaby eingesetzt für sein Gebiss, damit es dann so... Die haben ja wirklich auch getestet, was sie damit zerstören können und so. Oder was er da so durchbeißen kann, das ist crazy.
Head's gonna fit on this little tiny platform right there?
Oh, not exactly. I built a platform.
Boah.
All right, well, it works. Okay, let's test the head.
Oh man. How are we gonna get it to stay on here? Nothing can go wrong. Okay,
Just catch it if it falls.
okay,
Okay, test number 1.
okay.
It's not working.
Why?
It never
Oh Gott, du Placket.
works.
Okay.
Test number 2. Oh. Okay.
It works, but
Oh.
Das ist schon
Oh
krass.
man. It's okay.
this is not gonna work.
Why?
It's gonna move the whole animatronic over. It's too jerky. Don't you want him to look like he's like realistic?
That's not realistic? Oh, jeez.
No!
It is, you're right, it's not lifelike. On Yarnaby, it was just about like raw power. Go!
Ja.
Oh! But this one, we want it to be a little more lifelike.
We want finesse.
Finesse.
We don't need a powerful
Entdecken Sie LMAX Sensitive Repair and Prevent.
Nein.
head whip.
So pneumatics is not the way. Okay, I'll figure something else out.
Okay. We want his arms to be really, really strong. But we learned from when we made Springtrap that if they're too heavy, they're just gonna fall down with their own weight.
Aber allein das sieht auch schon so crazy aus, dass sie bei Springtrap sieht einfach nur crazy aus.
No! No! So we could use steel, which is really strong, but check this out. The steel is really heavy, but PVC pipe weighs less than half. So I'm gonna try making it out of the PVC. Now, I don't know exactly how much these can hold, but we will find out. The other thing I want the arms to do is be posable. So I have this camera ball joint, and do you remember those screws that were on like the tip of his shoulders earlier? Well, they're perfectly sized for me to be able to screw this piece right onto the shoulder. And then I can adjust it. I can turn the ball joint and rotate it. And there we go, 2 fully posable arms.
Okay, I brought you a box to test with, but first check it out. It's full of brand new Wicked Makers shirts. We have a bunch of new designs and colors, and they're all available on shopwickedmakers.com.
My favorite is this one, Certified Monster Builder. And we have sizes for kids, adults, and everyone in between.
Get your very own Certified Monster Builder shirt right now at shopwickedmakers.com. Okay, box, arms.
Ready.
Oh,
Woo! Do we move forward?
well, I mean now, but can we put more stuff on it?
Oh man, you're putting him on
Remember
tape?
this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh? Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, it works. Kind of sagged a little bit, but.
But it's holding.
Wait, hold on.
No, no more.
Oh.
Can we call this a success? Wabam.
Oh, that is very big.
It's huge, and now we have to figure out how to make all of these little individual pieces. This is a real cylinder. Do we have any cylinders this big?
Okay, this is the biggest air cylinder we have.
Uh-huh.
And look,
That's not big enough.
not even close.
Can we buy a bigger one?
I checked, and to buy one of these this big is like $300.
That's as much as a Nintendo Switch. Hold on. I'll be back. Hold this.
Okay.
Okay. This is a paper towel roll and a scrap of PVC pipe, and they are the perfect size together. So like $2 as opposed to $300.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Before we dive back in, the reason we can make these awesome animatronics that cost a lot of money is because of our sponsors. And the sponsor making this
Ich würde
film
aber auch
possible
mal
is
echt
Upside.
interessieren, was das so, also, weil wenn die so ein Teil bauen, was das so im Durchschnitt kostet. Weil ich denke locker über einen Taui. So 2.000, 3.000 $.
Upside is a free app that lets you earn real cash back on gas, groceries, and dining out. We've been using Upside every time we get gas. It's super simple. You open the app, claim an offer, pay with your debit or credit card like usual, and that's it. Upside tracks it and adds real cash back to your account.
It works at over 100,000 spots. Gas stations like Shell, Valero, and 7-Eleven, and restaurants like Taco Bell, Domino's, KFC, and more. And it is real money. No weird rewards, no point system, just actual cash you can transfer to your bank account. Upside users can earn up to 3 times more cash back than basic loyalty programs or credit card rewards. And top earners are earning up to $300 a month. That's crazy.
To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use code WICKED to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas.
Or scan the QR code right here to claim this offer.
Technically, we could 3D print the whole doctor, but we try not to do that when there's like simpler and faster ways to do it. Because 3D printing takes a long time and filament is not cheap. But for something like these hands and feet, it would take Jamie forever to carve all these individual like little toes and fingers and stuff, so these are perfect for printing. We asked our modeler Beardless Props to create 3D models of the hands and feet, and a few days later, we were ready to go. It took a couple days, but we got everything printed. Since we're gonna be painting all these parts, it didn't matter what color they were. So it was a good way to use all this leftover colored filament.
Ja.
Everything fits together with
Stimmt
some
schon.
nuts and bolts, which took a while, but imagine how long this would have taken if we had to make each toe out of foam.
Ja,
Voila.
Digga, also das wäre crazy gewesen, wenn die das wirklich alles aus. Ich denke mal, das ist schon sowas ähnliches wie Styropor dann von, denke ich mal, so ähnlich. Aber das wäre crazy gewesen, hätten die so einen riesigen Fuß da rausgeschnitzt, also da wären die ja nie fertig geworden. Ach du Scheiße, bin ich müde. Nee, aber da wären die nie fertig
One
geworden.
giant rainbow foot. This is one foot. Look how big this is. We just had to do the same thing for the other foot and both of the hands, and then we were ready to paint.
While Jay's been making the hands and feet, I've been working on making all the pieces for the endoskeleton. Some of the pieces I'm cutting from foam. All of the grown-up size tables were in use, so the toddler table it is. But I'm also trying
Boah, warum legt die da das Handy so auf den Boden? Oh, nee.
So the toddler table it is. But I'm also trying to upcycle a bunch of stuff we had lying around the house, like these Pringle cans, drink lids, and corks. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So I've got most of the arm figured out. I've got a mixture of trash and foam carving. And this is the leg. It's mostly foam carving. We got some little plastic feet here. And then this part is my favorite. I'm using these champagne corks here, and they fit perfectly inside of the 1-inch PVC. I do have a big problem though. The leg is solid, but the skeleton needs to go through the leg. So I guess I need to cut like a channel or a groove or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out.
There's so many parts. It seems like there's even more parts now that everything's painted. I love this metallic look though. It's just spray paint and it totally looks like metal.
Schon krass.
It looks like this is going fast, but it actually took me a whole day to put these together. There were over 85 individual pieces to glue up, paint, and assemble, but the end result was totally worth it. Look at this, robot feet.
They're so cool.
They are, right? Look at this.
Did you make the toes adjustable?
Yes. So he can move his toes. I don't know, it's a robot. Next is the hands, but these are gonna be a little bit different. Now remember, the arms have to be super lightweight or they're gonna come crashing down and not hold anything up. So the hands have to be really light. Each one of these fingers has 4 bolts in it, and there's 4 fingers on a hand, that's 16 bolts. There's 2 hands, that's 32 bolts. And look, 1 bolt with the nut attached weighs 5 grams for just 1. So to keep it lightweight, I'm gonna use plastic bolts instead. This entire pile of plastic nuts and bolts only weighs 8 grams, and a single metal one weighs 5. And now, let's give him a hand.
Ja gut. Wenn du das so vorsichtig draufschraubst und so, hält das genauso gut, wie als würdest du das aus Metall, also mit Metallschrauben machen.
Posable fingers. Got a movable thumb even. Oh, and on the bottom, there's a threaded insert so that we can attach these to the arms. Let's go do that.
He has hands. All right, test number 1. Can he hold a pizza box? Ta-da! Can he hold the purse? Ah!
Okay. What if he delivers snacks?
Okay. You know, I'm gonna say that was more of a failure of us trying to balance everything than a failure of the arms.
While Jamie figures out the arms, I went outside to paint all of the recycled parts. And man, there are a lot of different pieces.
Deine juckende Kopfhaut ist nicht nur trocken.
This is called a hot wire tool, and it's basically a hot wire that makes it really easy to cut through this foam.
Schon krass.
For the glue, we're using clear Gorilla Glue, but to activate the glue, you need to put some water down first. There's some sort of chemical magic that happens, and then glues together. Clear Gorilla Glue seems to work really well for gluing foam together, and it cures pretty quickly. Pretty sure I just wiped Gorilla Glue in my hair. It's not what you want to do.
It's crazy.
This took a lot longer than it looks, fitting all of the pieces into themselves and then waiting for all the glue to dry, but we just took it one piece at a time, taped it up, and it looks awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Robot leg.
It's so awesome.
It turned out really cool. I'm very happy with it. I do need to fill in some gaps and paint it, but first...
Aber allein auch, wie riesig das aussieht. Allein schon das eine Bein sieht einfach schon so gigantisch aus. Das Bein ist fast größer als sie.
I've been working on all of these pieces for a few weeks now, and seeing it all finally come together on the body is amazing.
Okay, head rotation mech round 2. I used the same bearings, but I made this little neck vertebrae and welded it to the top of the spine. We're gonna try a wiper motor this time, so I made a custom mount for it and bolted it together. Wiper motors move slow and they have a lot of torque, so it should be able to move this heavy head. To hold the actual head, I made this platform which goes into the bearings, and then the linkage for the motor gets attached to that. If all goes well, it should rotate the head back and forth without any problems. Oh shoot, hold on. That wasn't supposed to happen. Now, I just broke his neck.
Oh no!
All right, I fixed the broken neck and I added that huge heavy box back up and duct taped it. It needs to be able to hold the huge weight of the head and move all at the same time. Let's see what we can do here.
Boah, Digga.
Please don't break. It's working!
That is so cool.
It's working!
Allein auch schon so mit dem Karton sieht das einfach noch
No,
schon so
sir, I
crazy
do not
aus.
need new windows. Please go away. Would you like to buy a... No, we wouldn't. Yes! Now we can finally start building the real head.
I've officially used up all of the scraps from like 5 years worth of projects, and we had to finally buy new foam.
Hey, one of those sheets of foam goes a long way.
It really does. As much as I love pink foam though, I have cut so much, and this is taking weeks, so I am ready for it to be done. I think I have 2 body parts left. Ta-da.
So you remember how we needed cylinders for the arms, but they were gonna cost like $300?
Is that a paper towel holder?
It is. The paper towel holder, we got
Digga, sieht aber
tube
crazy
and 3D
aus.
printed Clovis mounts, and it
Das sieht richtig gut aus. Also, what the fuck.
That is amazing. You made a pneumatic cylinder out of trash.
yeah.
Oh my God, it's so big.
Weeks of cutting and gluing and sanding, but look at him.
What
The
the
amount of
fuck,
detail you put
ey.
into that is incredible.
I like it.
Okay, it turns out finding old TVs like this, especially ones that are the right size, is really hard as it is. But also, Harley's head is not like shaped like a normal TV. The side kind of tapers down and has this like light bulb thing in the back. So except for right in the front, which kind of looks like one, the rest of it doesn't really. Also, we kind of just like this TV. We like using it, so I don't want to destroy it. So I found a cheap monitor that's exactly the right size, so we're gonna use this. I used the concept art and modeled this weird TV head so that we could 3D print it. The idea is that the monitor we got will fit in front.
Aber ich habe irgendwie noch das Gefühl bei denen, die bauen keine von den Animatronics wieder auseinander. Die bauen jedes Mal neue. Weil allein im Hintergrund durch die Spiegelung hast du ja schon gesehen.
Like this TV.
Da steht noch so ein Foxy rum, dann Puppet. Foxy noch. Also, und der Sonic Creepy, dann der. Also ich glaube, die bauen keine von denen auseinander.
The idea is that the monitor we got will fit in front right here and all the wires will go out the back. But as usual, there was a problem. It's so big that we can't print it all in one piece. We had to split it up into 18 different pieces and it took over 90 hours to print it all.
Okay, I'm
Krass.
trying to find some fabric for his cloak. This is all leftover fabric from past projects. This is mostly fur. That's definitely fur. We got fleece. Maybe this one? Oh, oh my goodness. No. All this fabric and none of it is right. That's the problem with fabric scraps. Like, we save it, thinking maybe we can use it again, and then you never can. Why do we save it?
Ta-da!
That is a lot of parts.
Naja, weil es dann meistens so ist, weil du es dann doch gebrauchen konntest und dann aber weggeschmissen hast.
Do you want to see how much filament we used?
No? Oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls so far. This is a big boy. A few of these are glued together already so that I could just get a head start, but now we gotta glue this whole thing and see if the monitor fits. This is gonna bolt on like that. The
crazy.
monitor goes in here, and then the cap goes on the front. First, so we gotta put this monitor in and bolt it in.
What's going on?
It's too tall. This is supposed to be flush with the top so that when this goes on, it sits flat.
Oh
doesn't
nee,
fit.
ne?
Oh man. All right. Hold, please. It was 3 millimeters too short, so I printed some extra pieces to go around the edge to make it fit.
Geil.
Boom. All right, we're back in business. On the back, I've got these little bolts, and I'm gonna screw into the back of the monitor to make it stay in there. This thing will go right on there.
Very nice.
Now that we know it fits, we took everything apart and gave it a couple coats
Also das ist einfach nur krass, Digga.
of that metallic paint. And now, look at this. One completely custom Harley Sawyer head.
That looks
Aber dann hätte ich mir auch noch die Schrauben
awesome.
gefärbt,
And
oder?
watch this.
Boah,
Right?
krass, Digga.
Yes.
Right now I'm just using a laptop to play this video, but we got this new thing called Cogs, which is a system they use to control entire escape rooms. Like in an escape room, when you solve a puzzle or you find a key and it triggers an effect or some kind of lighting, we're gonna do the same thing, but inside the doctor. It's kind of like giving him a brain.
Should we really be giving our animatronics brains?
Yes, of course. Nothing will go wrong.
Glaube ich
Since you
auch
can't
nix.
spray paint foam, I hand
Ja, ja, nix wird falsch gehen. Ja, ja, ja.
painted most of the body, starting with a black sealer coat. Then, once we got the head attached, it was time for the details.
Okay.
All right.
Are you having Ennard flashbacks from all?
I really
all the
am.
tubes.
Yes.
Ist ja auch krass, ne? Bei dem Ennard haben die das ja alles so aus durch den Rohren gemacht, ne? Da muss man doch aber auch irgendwann mal bescheuert im Schädel gehen,
Though I
oder?
think he only has a handful of tubes, so it shouldn't be that bad. Jay made some custom speakers so he can talk. Next, I went back over the whole body with a dark metallic paint. Then I used a bright silver to give it a weathered look, making sure to highlight the edges and then painted the copper accents. We even gave him a motion sensor, so he'll always see you coming. I just thought of something. Do you remember these old lab coats from when we did Yarnaby? Someone on Instagram reminded us that the doctor's cloak is actually made of a stitched together old lab coats, so that's what I'm gonna do. For the main part of the cloak, I used our 2 lab coats and stitched them together. I'm keeping the hood as a separate piece so that his head has freedom to turn. Once it was stitched, I frayed the edges with a wire brush and then dyed it a kind of grayish, dirty color. It's perfect.
There he
Krass.
is.
I love him so
What the
much.
fuck, ey.
This is one of the craziest things we've ever made. And we've made some crazy stuff.
Aber guck mal, was allein für ein Kabelstrom runtergeht, ne? Das ist
This
ja...
is one of the craziest.
Allein, was hier für ein Kabelsalat
things we've
runtergeht.
ever
What
made.
the fuck, Alter, was
And we
haben die da nur alles
Made some crazy
reingebaut?
stuff, right?
Na gut, Lautsprecher, Monitor und Sensor, ne?
But they keep getting
So,
crazier.
what the fuck?
Now that he's built, can I plug in his brain?
Yeah. What is that? It doesn't look like a brain.
Well, this is Cogs. Well, it's a bunch of stuff from it that I put all together into one piece. We're gonna plug this in. Each of these boxes does something awesome, and they're each plugged into our home network. This one reads from sensors like motion sensors or sound. This one controls power to things. This one controls video and sound so he can talk. And this one can trigger stuff like prop controllers, it can do door locks, it can turn your lights on and off. It can even control pneumatics.
Pneumatics? You mean like what Yarnaby uses?
Uh-huh.
So our Dr. Animatronic can control our Yarnaby animatronic?
Yeah, it can control all our animatronics.
That's so perfect.
Cogs is all controlled.
Okay, also das würde mir dann in der Nacht wirklich FNAF-Vibes geben, Digga, da könnte ich ja nicht pennen, oder? Oder ich würde zumindest die Tür zur Werkstatt komplett verriegeln, so mit 8 Schlössern oder so, dass sie auch gar nicht rauskommen.
Effects. Like if it detects motion at the front door, we can trigger him to look around and say something scary. There's so much more we could do with this that we haven't learned yet, but for now it's ready, so let's fire it up.
Now what's this? My name is Harley Sawyer. They call me the Doctor.
So, if he's gonna be a security guard though, he's gotta say security type lines. And you remember those custom lines that we got? So imagine this, someone is walking up to our door and then he says this.
There's someone unexpected at the door. Shall I send out Yarnaby?
We probably don't want to send Yarnaby on everybody that comes to the door, though.
Probably not.
But let's do a real test. I'm going to order some DoorDash and we'll put them in food delivery mode and see what happens.
Nein. Also, ich glaube, das haben die mit der abgesprochen. Also, ich denke, die haben die da nicht so einfach blind reinlaufen lassen. Hoffe ich zumindest, aber das ist ja bodenlos, Digga.
A little rat scurries up the steps. Ah, there you are.
Oh, Digga, das ist bodenlos.
Hello?
We've been expecting you. Now leave the food with me and leave this place at once. Oh, and they want me to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Erstmal Foto machen.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Nobody is breaking into our house.
So, what do you think?
Also, safe ist das irgendwie gestellt oder so, aber das ist schon
Can the
cool.
doctor actually protect our home?
He's the perfect security guard. It's great.
Okay, well until next time, stay wicked.
The subjects have returned home. I'll need to pause my experiments for now.
Did you program him to say that?
I've tapped into all of your home systems. They now belong to me. Under my control.
Also es ist schon extrem crazy gemacht. Also schaut unbedingt bei Racket Makers vorbei. Es ist einfach nur crazy, was die bauen. What the fuck. Schaut unbedingt bei dem vorbei. Lasst bei denen ein Abo da. Lasst bitte auch bei mir ein Abo da. Würde mich sehr drüber freuen. Und wir sehen uns dann in einem neuen Video wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.